everybody. I'm Sweets from the Artz Over Anxiety workshop and programs, and I'm here to just tell you a little bit about the show. My main concern and my main mission is to bring the arts so we can use them over anxiety. Sometimes in life, the worst thing in your life that happen, whether it's, I don't know, I'm scared of this test, I might fail tomorrow, or, oh my goodness, I gotta drive all the way to work. Listen, sometimes I might crash, or this might happen, that might happen. The worst thing in your mind that has happened to you has not even happened to you. So that's where I come in with the Artz Over Anxiety workshop and program. We are here to put music, poetry, song, dance, and of course art. We put it all over our anxieties on a day by day. Of course, my word is not gospel. A lot of times you might need help from a doctor or a therapist, and that's okay. You know, if somebody told you that you had cancer and you needed to take chemo, wouldn't you do it? Yes, okay. So if you have to go to the doctor or psychiatrist or therapist and get diagnosed with anxiety, then you know what? Do that. Take your medicine, stay on track. I tell you one thing, it has saved my life, and now I get to a point where I live day to day facing my anxiety head on. You know, I have faith over fear. I'm gonna be all right. So that's my mission, to come talk to you guys every chance I get and bring my Artz Over Anxiety workshop. Today we're coming from the beautiful Piano Craft Gallery. We are here in Boston, Massachusetts on Tremont Street. We are doing our thing and we're spreading love. So right now we're gonna sit down and I'm gonna talk to my friend Janice, and I'm gonna talk to my co-host Baby, and we're gonna have a small conversation with the people that are here. And yeah, we're gonna have a conversation about caring and sharing. A lot of times people don't know this. These couple of steps will go a long way in your life. You make people feel good, and then it makes you feel good inside. There's a lot of people out here, and you know who you are, people that make your day go by making people feel bad, and that makes you feel good. That's not the thing to do. Everybody out there, I challenge you to help somebody today. Don't hurt nobody if you don't have to, and you don't have to. So I'm going to sit down right now. We're going to talk about the definitions of sharing, okay? And when you share, it's to have a portion of something, and you share it with others. And the synonym for sharing is split, divide, go half, and go ends with somebody. For example, hey, would you like to split this hamburger? Or would you like to divide those fries? Or will you want to go half on a 12-pack of water? Or do you want to go in with, like, do you want to go in with me on these properties today? Okay, sharing. And the noun of care. To care, to work or practice, or look after those who cannot look after themselves, as elderly, babies, and those who are stricken with things where they're just not able to look and need assistance, and help them with care. I'm one of those people. Care as the verb. Feel concern or interest, attachments, importance to something. Caring. Displaying kindness and concern for others. Caring for a friend. Synonyms, there's a lot of them. Kind, tender, soft-hearted, warm-hearted, considerate, affectionate, thoughtful, gentle, good-natured, humane, sympathetic, understanding, compassionate, charitable, receptive, gracious, and patient. When you share and care, and they say gracious, when you live life grateful and you are grateful for everything you got and you live in gratitude, this is what I do. I feel like I have enough. I have more than enough, so I can share, whether it's my time, my love, food, comfort. I don't care if I got a one-room hut. You could come and stay. We could fit 20 people in here. If 20 people didn't have anywhere to go, you could come and stay with me. I'm that type. I'm really grateful for all the things I got. So I love to share, and I love to make people happy. And for me to give makes me feel good deep down inside. Being a person with anxiety is very important, that I do things that make me feel good inside. I don't like doing anything that's gonna make me feel edgy. I don't like being around people who I get bad vibes from, and I don't like going to places where I know I have no business being, right? We get to a point in life when we reach a certain age, we know what feels uncomfortable for us. So, you gotta know, just like me, we can take our own self out of the equation of certain things, so we'll be eliminated for whatever comes. You can excuse yourself. Oh, saying no, I can't make it. It feels good sometimes, because me as a person, when I say no, I share so much. It's that when I don't have to share, I feel bad, and I shouldn't, because I don't got it. But it's something about me that it makes me feel like, wow, I wish I could have did something. So I had to learn how to say no and stand firm on that no. And it eventually, over time, saying it when I really couldn't do it started making me feel better. But the thing about sharing and caring is the people that I will look out for, and I will share every single time with my family, my good friends, and there are you, the Artz Over Anxiety citizens. Okay, this is sweet, so I'm coming back. I'm not talking forever. It's the president of the program.
Oh my God. That's the best part of the story.
We're going to take a tour every week. We're just going to sit down because he works with autistic children.
But it was like,
listen,
that was funny.
Okay. Hello, can you tell the people what's your title here?
Sure, I'm the president of the gallery here.
Oh, it's beautiful. Let you guys know, this is Artz Over Anxiety first home. They gave me a chance here in 2019, and they can't get rid of me because we are family. They adopted me, and I'm not going anywhere. So that's what we're talking about. And one thing about it, I'm very grateful for them believing in the Artz Over Anxiety and also giving me a chance. I'll always be grateful to you guys for that. May I say it?
Yeah.
And can I give you a hug?
Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you so much. Let's talk to the people about your other job.
Sure, so I'm an inclusion specialist in Boston Public Schools. I work at an early childhood school in Roxbury, and we serve students 3 through 8 years old.
Wow. How is that job rewarding?
Yeah, it's a lot of work though.
Yeah, I can imagine. Hi, Janice. How you doing over there?
Doing good.
Well, that's good. What you been up to this week? How you been doing with your anxiety or anything?
Well, this week was busy. What have I done? I'm here today, and this afternoon I went to a meeting with AARP. And then, for those of you who don't know it, it's the American Association of Retired People. And everyone gets a letter from them in the mail at different ages. So if you're one of those people that's still around, you'll always get one. And then before that, I went to the 33rd annual Bay and Ruston Community Breakfast at JFK.
Was that nice?
Yes. Well, it's wonderful. I know one of the co-chairmen, and I got to volunteer and did registration. But may I tell my Bay and Ruston story?
Well, yes, you can.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know what Bay and Ruston is, that's your assignment. I'm a history person, history teacher, so that's what you gotta do. So anyway, Bay and Ruston, I went to graduate school in New York, Columbia Teachers College, and circumstances have it that I met his nephew. And back in the day, the computer was the typewriter. So he borrowed my typewriter and he brought it back because he was doing a paper or something. And then he said, well, do you want to meet my uncle? I wasn't going to say no. So one day we just went up there to visit him. He was living in a tall high-rise, I think, in East New York or whatever. And I got to say hello to him. I might have shaken his hand, I don't know. But he had a lovely big apartment, lots of artwork. And then it's like I met another famous person. And also in New York, I think I went to an event that Rosa Parks was at, among my other things. So read about him, and maybe next time some of your listeners maybe can share what they learned. So that's my day this week. And yeah, that's just one day. So tomorrow, this weekend, people are going to be getting ready to kind of say their final goodbyes to Mel King. For those of you who don't know him, that's another assignment for you to do. It's a teacher in me. I always tell them.
Tell the people who was Mel King they don't know.
Yeah, Mel King ran for mayor in the city of Boston. I believe he was the first black man to run for mayor. He ran against Ray Flynn. I was living in Boston at the time, so I hosted a little house party for him. And also he works at MIT, dedicated, there's a space in the South End called the South End Technology Center. And they're like ahead of their time, trying to promote literacy in this digital age to adults and children. So there's like a 3D printer and computers and a lot of things over there. So I'll miss it because when I go, I used to see him sit at the desk and eventually wasn't able to come to the office. But they named a square after him. And it's going to go on. So the memorials and the service are Monday and Tuesday coming up. So after that I can do other things. So maybe next time I'll tell you more of what I've been doing.
Sounds good to me. You always have your life as your adventure, and I'm here for it.
Okay.
Hey baby, how you doing today? Can I talk to you about how your anxiety's been going? Have you had any? I know somebody left special to both me and you. So how you been doing with your anxiety? How's your week been? Since my son and your dad left, are you okay?
He gave me his chain.
Oh, very good. And what does that make you feel better that you have it? How does it make you feel?
Like if he was still here.
Oh, that's nice. We love you, baby. Say love you, Dad.
Love you.
That's very good. Listen, we're going to take a break. You guys are going to do some editing, and we'll be right back. Okay, we live down in the South End, you guys, and a big part of my anxiety is the rent, and how we don't have any rent control. Let me ask you something. How you guys feel about the rent down here in the South End? Can you tell me?
It's way too high. It's way too expensive.
Yeah, way. I know it's, my daughter thought she was going to move down by the Prudential. Oh, honey, I think I want one of these apartments.
Oh, sure.
I said, oh, here, take this. Look at that. Prudential apartments. Okay, I'm looking at it. All right, I hear you. I'm going to be coming over too. All right. She said, Mommy, a one bedroom was $3,000 and I said, no, and that's one of my biggest fears of living down here is that being in the development, anytime somebody can come by it, it's not like a part of Boston housing, so it's a private development, and it's always on my mind, Lord, please don't let somebody with a lot of money come by it, because it would be a nice condo. I mean, it's my apartment. I treat it like my mansion and my brownstone together right now, so I want to keep it. But you were saying something about you live down here. Well, how much was the rent back in the day down here? Was it crazy? How much was rent?
No, I had roommates, so
How much was the rent?
I think one apartment was like, I think they were paying like $900.
And how many bedrooms y'all
I
had?
think it was 3, and upstairs and downstairs. What happened is, how do you say, Boston changes zip codes and things depending on which group they want to live there. So there was 3 medical students living there. And then what had happened was a lot of black people were forced to move to Dorchester. So they sold their brownstones for like nothing. I mean, when I met people there, they said, oh yeah, we used to live over there, we used to live over there, we used to live over there, and then things changed, so.
That, you know what, one thing about me, my dream home is a brownstone. I always talk about the brownstone and also talk about the house on the acre down south, but my friend's mom had a brownstone. I would never know what it looked like inside, because on the outside it just looked like skinny, right? So you have the illusion of, you know, this little, you know, slit, and then I thought it was like, you know, apartments in Georgia. I thought it was the first floor somebody, second floor somebody. Oh my God, I went in there, you're talking about beautiful. I lived in Dorchester at the time on Bowling Street. I went in there, and when I tell you the first floor, you're walking humongous, you had a fireplace. I never seen nothing like
they
it.
go real deep.
Oh my God, and then you walk in, and then you go downstairs, the kitchen. Oh my God.
Yes, that's what people did it, yeah.
Oh my goodness. And then you go in the kitchen, then there's another platform that goes down to the dining area, steps down to the upstairs. One upstairs had 4 bedrooms. Then you go up another bed, they had 3 bedrooms. Then the attic had, I said, you would never think that this house had so much room. I told a friend of mine, someone give me one of those brownstones. He said, sweet, I was in architecture college. I didn't know what I was doing there. Anyway, but God led my steps, and I was in my 4th semester. And I said, hey, someone give me one of those, watch. He said, sweet, you know, they started like 1 million. I said, I'm gonna get me one of those.
Yeah, we
So
did.
one day.
That's great.
Yeah. What do you feel about that? What's your dream home? Are you like a condo guy or penthouse, or what's your dream home like?
I think dream home is living far away from the city at this point, surrounded by nature.
Yeah.
Very few neighbors.
Oh my goodness. And sometimes, and you know, can we talk about in the Bible it says love thy neighbor, right? But can I say, minding your business is better. You're like, hi, how you doing? Merry Christmas. Happy Easter, and keep it going sometimes, right? Because I have had the neighbors from hell. They would see me go grocery shopping, right? The next thing you know, they would get me with the children. They would get me with the kids. Send the kids up. My mom want a package. You know, can she buy a pack of chicken? Okay, here's the chicken. 5 more minutes, she said, the daughter up now. She said the son up there. She said, can she get some rice and roll until Friday? And you know, and I'm not gonna say no to the kids, so I'm looking at that going on. You know, I just seen you go shopping, but I didn't know because she had children, you know what I mean? But they were the neighbors, and let's talk about this. Being in the piano factory, you live in this beautiful establishment, right? Tell me something. I always wonder, and maybe one day I could take a little look at you. I always wonder how the apartments looking at. Tell me something. How the apartments set up.
So they're all set up differently. Each one has like a different floor plan.
Okay.
Some are studios, and then others are multi-bedroom, and some have like a 2nd floor loft to them.
Really?
So
what do you got? If I can ask.
yeah, so my husband and I, we live in a studio space where I have like a art studio on one side, and then we have like a living area, and then we sleep in like the lofted spot. So
Oh, shout out to Nick. Hi Nick. Feel better soon. Oh my goodness, do you love it?
we like it, yeah.
Okay.
It's
One step to your country.
exactly.
Oh,
Yeah. It's like an intermediate place right now. So yeah.
Thank God you're here. If you would have been here, I would have met you. So
Yeah,
thank
exactly.
God to let me
Yeah.
here, right? So how about you? You're a musician right now, correct?
Yes, I am.
Did you find any place to go?
No, I didn't find a place yet, but I'm still hopeful.
Oh, you'll find somewhere, you know?
Yeah.
You'll find somewhere. Do you have, my mom, can I say, is moving from Malden to Stoughton.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and I don't know why she just said move. So somebody
Yeah, I've looked at Malden before when I worked there. Kind of evil. Just some things we just have no control over, but you got the phone, you got the TV, you have people that are giving a child a phone. That takes all the control away because they're hearing voices. They're not hearing you as a voice of authority, the voice that can lead them somewhere else. And a lot of times, I was on train, I do different things though. Some things are embedded in certain things, and then some people say, oh, it's just a cartoon. You don't know what impression that's making. It goes into the subconscious because then the child acts it out.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So I'm lucky we grew up in a different time where violence on TV was very rare. And you had some control because you either had a TV, you didn't have a TV, the phone didn't have a screen. So you saw your parents and other adults who were good people, you know, we could tell them someone to listen to and provide some kind of guidance until you get 17 or 18 and you can make good decisions. But some of this, when we need more better training, when people are getting ready to have children.
Now, one thing I could say is now, training, that sounds good. But you know what, I feel as a mom, you can get all the training in the world. It's no handbook on it, right?
Right, you don't come in with the...
It's gonna be different. It's like, where's the manual for this baby?
And there is none.
And there is none. You gotta wing it and you gotta go for it. And a lot of times I was looking at something and they were saying that the kids now are virtually autistic. And that comes from being in front of the TV and so the
screen, yeah.
Right?
Go next way, because they don't have to do their peripheral vision.
Right.
I don't know how to use it.
Now, look, my grandson, just like coming over, not that one, wait a minute, little Artie, because you don't watch Miss Rachel. He comes in, you heard of Miss Rachel, right?
No.
Oh, she's a lady on YouTube.
Okay.
And
So I don't know her.
What? You can give your kid that Miss Rachel. She teaches the kids how to sign and say stuff. And when I tell you, my grandson is 1.5. He signed the other day when they was leaving. He's like, you crying? And he did the sign. And I'm like, oh my goodness, he is so bright. But sometimes now, what age do you think is appropriate to give a kid? Now that they got the little tablets, or you can just get your cell phone and put on Elmo, right? What age is appropriate? Because what I see nowadays, the parents are letting Miss Rachel, Elmo, Baby Shark, yeah, that they are raising the kids.
So Teletubbies, they used to have that.
You remember them, but they didn't say anything. Now they got the ones who really talk to you, and she is in tune with the kids like I am right you. Oh, and she's playing. She's got little overalls on, no makeup, and the kids are tuned in her. She's a genius, I'm gonna tell you that. But what age is appropriate to do that? I mean, it helps because I know my grandson, he was saying, he was here the last time. He said, remember when he was here? He got, oh, butterfly. You know, like, wow, he's only like one, it's a change. And he, you know, he told me a lot of numbers. He said, 5, 8, 7, 0. I said, what? You know, he was wrong.
Did you play the number?
Yeah, I did, but I'm going to keep on playing.
That's right, because he gave it to you for a certain reason.
Yeah, and since you're a teacher and deal with children, what age do you think is appropriate to give kids a cell phone or any type of
Device.
thing?
So I don't know like the current research on like what the appropriate age would be. I think it's fine as long as there's some sort of set time limit.
Okay.
Like I remember, you know, every day at noon Sesame Street would come on and we would watch that for the 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And then that was the end of screen time, you know?
Right.
So like thinking about how when you have children, like how are you creating structure within your day for them. so they know that they're safe, they know it's predictable, and how can a screen fit into that? You need to set some boundaries.
Yeah, because you know what, sometimes it could definitely get out of control, right? Okay, because the doctor said at Children's Hospital, come on in, baby. Friend, this is my co-host, baby. Come on. Now you come and tell the people, how long did the doctor at Children's Hospital say was appropriate so the other kids can know, turn around like a big boy, how many hours did she say was good for games and tablets and things like that?
2.
Okay.
Got probably a Snickers in here.
Let me see it. Wait, he got something in his mouth. But really, I think it's like you said, as long as it's regulated and like TikTok, how y'all feel about that?
I don't have no.
What age do you think that's appropriate? Next thing, you had that daughter of how old? They say it. How old?
Probably at least,
Okay,
right?
thank you, because my friend said 9 and I said no, he's not on TikTok, okay? You know what, and I'm going to say it, and I'm going to tell it to my viewers, I'm not a big fan. I can't, with my anxieties, I don't watch the news. I remember when COVID started and they killed George Floyd, my daughter said, Mommy, please, you got to watch the news. I'm telling you, the world is going crazy. I'm up there just painting. Everything's fine.
And you were fine.
Everything was fine in my world. I was doing my own business. And she said, Mommy, please, you gotta watch the news. People in China, they're locking down. I'm like, come on, I can't. I'm like, I don't believe it. And say, stop playing with me. She said, I'm so serious this time. And yeah, so it was like a culture. It was a shock to me. And then let's talk about how when COVID happened, how it changed everything in all of our lives. You know what I mean? Did you ever get COVID?
Oh yeah, I did, and I went to Boston Medical Center because I was achy and breaking.
Did you get it in the beginning time?
No. I was only 2 places, the Boston Stop and Shop. So anyway, because I was at home, I didn't go out. So I wasn't working. So then I was miserable because I don't usually go there. So everybody else is in the waiting room and they're seeing this person, I don't know what's wrong with them, but I'm one of the last people. So then, I guess it's like 2:30 a.m. or something. Oh, we have a space for you. And they take the test, I got COVID. And then it's like, okay, well, you can go home. And I was hungry, so I gave me sandwiches and the juice.
When was this? Because I never had COVID, and I'm gonna get to you, and they just sent you home. This was like after everything, or was it right when it started, or?
No, it was like it was months.
Okay.
And then it's like, well, we did the test, go home, get some rest, you'll feel better, take some time or something, whatever. And it was like, I didn't even get to rest like 2 hours or something. It's like, because when there's something wrong with you, you go out of the emergency room. So I was thankful that it wasn't serious.
Okay. Did you hurt? Did it take you out of here? Like you couldn't breathe or anything?
No, because if I couldn't breathe, they wouldn't let me go home. If you don't have like if you don't have a...
Why they didn't let you go home?
No, I did go home.
I'm trying to figure out why they let you
Well,
go home.
because if your vital signs are good and you don't need hospitalization, they won't keep you. So some people probably might have had COVID and something else and exacerbated it.
Okay.
But if your oxygen level, your blood tests, your blood pressure, what else can I think? Oh, and your temperature. If your vital signs are good, then they're not going to keep you.
So why didn't they let you out? Because you was very sick. How did yours start?
I felt really cold and exhausted, and then I took the test and I had it. I didn't go to the hospital though. I stayed home.
So you got it out, huh?
Yeah.
You know what? My mom got it, and now they got something where they give you like 5 pills or something, and you can go home. You take
Oh yeah, that's what my brother got. He was in New Haven, so yeah, I think it's some kind of antiviral, and that's what they gave him to take. I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
Wow.
Well, after a time they developed drugs, and this is a really sad story, but I met a woman, she was a nurse at Boston Medical when before there was like medication for AIDS patients, and people had the baby, and they would leave the baby in the hospital. All these children were abandoned in the hospital because they didn't know they had AIDS until the baby got tested. It's probably back in the 80s or something. And some of them just left the children there. And the nurses were the only people there to comfort them and be with them. And then I asked, well, what happened to these children? Did the hospital bury them? Were they cremated? I felt so sad because I felt like we should kind of like do something for them because they were the youngest. But now it's like people survive 20 or 30 years.
Yeah.
And I know a man, I met someone in Washington, D.C., I think their partner lived to be over 70.
Really?
He died a couple years ago, and he couldn't get any insurance, but he lived over 70 years old.
Well, you know what? They got so much good medicine out here now.
Yeah, they keep doing it, especially,
Yeah.
that's one thing about Boston.
We do
Everybody, it's like all
that.
these hospitals are teaching hospitals, and like we're all like the little guinea pigs, and each of us, when we go to be a patient, it's kind of like you feel like you could be helping somebody else, unofficially, but so many people come to this country to study. Some of them go home, some of them stay. And I was thinking about that one day. He says, we're all going these places to like feel better or whatever, but we do have access. Like I went to Mass Eye Ear Emergency because my eye was red. Oh my God. They took like 15 tubes of blood. They got all these exams in my eyes, and it was like, just for one thing.
Yeah.
And then you find out. So, in a way it's good, but I try to do as much as I can for myself. If it gets really unbearable, that's when I go
Yeah, that's me too.
in the hospital, but
I went to the hospital one day and I thought I was going to be out in like a couple of days, maybe 2 weeks, and I ended up being in for 7 whole months, okay?
how much?
7 months.
Oh, my 1 month there was terrible, so.
7 months. I had no reflex in my whole body, and you know what? That first year I got clean before that, so I'm like, I'm clean. I'm working for the federal government. I'm on the other side of the feds this time, right? I can't believe it. So I'm like, I'm going to do my job. I'm going to the airport. It was a year after 9/11. A lot of people was like, you're crazy. Don't work at the airport. It's scary. I said, I'm not worried about that. I really need this job, and I always did security. Got there, started working for a private company. Then I started working for TSA. They took over. And they took over. It was more professional. But at times, when a flight is leaving out, there's no glove. We search your bags with sandwich bags. You know what I mean?
Oh, they wouldn't even give you a protective.
They had none.
You were using sandwich
When
bags?
we ran out of gloves, the real one, they would give us sandwich bag. And I lied to you, man. I swear to God. Now, my leg, I start tripping on one leg. I start tripping on the other leg. And I'm like, oh, I didn't want to go to the hospital. I just got clean. I don't want no Percocets and drugs. You know how they try to, here you go. And they think people want that, So I'm like, my legs are hurting, And they was like, check my back. Sciatic nerve. That's what they said. Okay. Now I get my hands out. My hands. And I can't pray. I can't pull. Every time I try to walk, my leg is snapping back. And if I bend too far in, I will fall. So now I'm falling. I'm walking on the walls. And then my daughter's father's like, no, I'm right to the hospital. He's like, you're going back to the hospital no matter what you say. I got there. And they was getting ready to discharge me. Oh man, we seen you here 2 months ago. We get an MRI, you're fine. I said, and my hands though. I said, that was my legs. Now it's my legs and my hands. They're trying to convince me that your hands ain't got nothing to do with your legs,
I know,
right?
because they don't couldn't connect the bodies.
Exactly. I said, but I know what I'm feeling. They was like, righteous person, get you out of here. I started crying so hard. I said, sir, I cannot live like this. I am falling. I can't walk. I was on the floor when my husband went to my daughter's father went to work, and I couldn't even have the strength to stand up. I was still in the same place when he came back. He said, I'm getting you out of here. And do you know, I cried so hard. I said, please don't. He said, I'm going to call neurology. I said, I'm not crazy. Why you call me crazy? I thought he was getting me to call people with the white coat. And I said, I'm not crazy. He said, no, ma'am. Therefore, your nerves. And he said, let me do something. Boom, boom, boom.
Right.
I had nothing.
You couldn't.
I had no reflex no more. He said, we got to admit you. From that day on, I stayed in the hospital 2 months undiagnosed, right? Because they didn't know what was wrong. And then in my mind, I'm thinking, you know what? My baby father, they gave me some AIDS or HIV. I'm thinking that's back then though, because I know it feels like I'm about to die. And it came on all of a sudden. And we had just got back together, so I'm like, but they did every test in the book for me, with me, and then it said, maybe I got cancer. I didn't know. So they're doing all the tests. They asked me, have you had an operation? No. Have you gotten bitten by something? No. They asked me, well, did you go out the country?
Right.
Lately? And I said, no. But I said, I work at an international airport. Like, out the country, come to me. I just want to let everybody know, I challenge you today to help somebody with their anxiety. If you need to be a lending ear, sometimes you can listen, and it's okay to not be okay. Take care of yourself and take care of others. That's what caring and sharing is all about. And let me ask you, Janice, this is my good friend Janice. She's here tonight, and we're gonna have a little conversation. And baby, if my grandson, do you wanna come on in on this conversation as well? Nice. Can you show the people what you have done? Oh, that's beautiful. This is what we do at the Artz Over Anxiety. We have art, we have therapy, and we have church at the same time, okay? Baby, can you show yours to the people? That's beautiful. Yeah. So show the other one. That's nice. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh my goodness, that is nice. Yes, y'all did a good job. Good job. Listen. Hey guys, I want to end the show of the Artz Over Anxiety workshop with a painting done by me. I am an artist, Sweets Taylor. You can hit me up at theartsoveranxiety@gmail.com. All my paintings are for sale. And I want to just thank you guys for being with me tonight. Thank you, Janice, for coming out. Thank you, baby, for being here. And the rest of the people left and went home, and that's okay. We love them, and you have a good night. Always remember, put your arts over the anxiety, and together we can fight mental illness one paintbrush stroke at a time. Thank you. Love and hugs. Y'all have a good night. Peace.
Good. It's great to see you.
This is my family. Hello, everybody. You're here today at the Artz Over Anxiety workshop program, and this is our first one. And I want to introduce you to my good friend Eric. You said Eric with a K, like Artz with a Z.
Yeah.
Eric with a K, and you say last name. I always listen.
It's Grau.
Grau, spell it for people.
It's GRA.
Yes, okay. And Eric is the president of the Piano Craft Gallery, and it's located right here in Boston on Tremont Street. And we come here to talk as artists and what we do to use our art over anxiety. So let us hear about yourself. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. So as you mentioned, I'm an artist as well. I work primarily in sculpture and painting, and I do some installation work, which has been a lot of fun. I really enjoy my studio practice, and I love exhibiting my work. Outside of art, I'm a public school inclusion specialist for early childhood school in Roxbury, which is also a lot of fun, but a lot of work at the same time.
I can imagine. Very challenging, but very rewarding.
Correct, yes, yeah.
Okay.
And then I've been president of the gallery here since 2016.
Wow. Can you tell me about that experience? Can you tell us a little bit on the journey of getting a job? What made you want to work here?
So when I was first moving to this area, they were putting on their 40th year celebration show. So the gallery's been around for going on 50 years, which is pretty incredible. And during that, I helped kind of install and got to know some of the people in the community, and I really enjoyed the experience. And I think they enjoyed working with me because the next month they asked if I wanted to be elected the president of the gallery, and I graciously accepted, and I've been working hard to further develop this gallery since then.
You're doing a great job. You really are. I have seen improvements since I've been here in 2018, and it's been leaps and bounds. You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay, and can you tell the people how would they go about if they wanted to rent the gallery and display their art, or if they had a function? Can you tell the people how they can come and what is the process?
Of course, yeah. So our gallery is always free to the general public. Our hours are Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. We're open. If artists are interested in showing their work here, we have a online submission form. We're looking to fill 18 slots for the 2024 calendar year. So we're asking people to apply on our website, include some images, a description of their work, and then the other big thing is we're really looking to show the diversity of Boston. I think being a nonprofit art gallery, we have a lot of flexibility to work with a diverse population, and showing work and selecting work on an equitable protocol that we're developing is kind of our next goal here. So we're really showing what Boston really has to offer in terms of creativity.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Me
I'm
too.
so excited. And can you tell us, since you did say you 40 years coming up, right? Or this year's the 40th year?
We're going on 50 soon. So.
Okay. Oh my God. 50th year. All right. Can you tell us a little bit on the history? And you guys, I keep looking at that beautiful piano over there. But can you tell us a little bit of history, or maybe we can hear a little bit about that beautiful piano?
Sure.
Okay.
So this building that we're in, the Piano Craft Guild, was originally built in the late 1850s, early 1860s, and it was a piano manufacturing facility. So they would build these pianos here. This is one that was made in the building in the mid-1860s, so a little bit earlier in their production. And the piano factory here operated for about, 60 years. And then they closed, and the building sat vacant for a while. And in the 70s, an architect bought the building from the city and developed it all into artist housing. So that's how kind of the creativity came into the building. And part of that was having an exhibition space. There used to be a theater in the back for plays and performances. And the gallery space used to be in the main entrance of the building. And then about 10 years ago, it was more developed and placed in its current location.
Wow.
So,
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Thank you for giving me some history, to tell you the truth. Now, one thing, I have done shows. This is my home. This is Artz Over Anxiety's first home. And I want to thank you for trusting in me and believing in Artz Over Anxiety to give us a chance back then when I didn't know what I was going to do. I just always knew I wanted to hang my art in here. I used to come in here and hang out. And when my niece, she's no longer here with us. And I said, one day we're going to be in that building. And I can't believe right now that I'm here. Love you, Sandra. You know, that I'm here today with you and celebrating this moment in time that, you know, manifesting when dreams do come true. Just don't give up on them. But I want to ask you, since I have been doing shows here, I met some of the interestingest people here.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit about the format of, because everybody, I met a puppeteer, I met a sculptor, it's always somebody fascinating I meet that comes to my show. So can you tell me, is it that, since you said from the history, have a lot of people been around here for a long time? Or it's the application to get in? Because this is just about the people, because I have not met one that is not fascinated and that's definitely into art. So was that a formality that you have to be into some type of art to live here? Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so historically it had been that you had to be some sort of creative to live here, whether it be an artist, a musician, working in theater, something along those lines.
Okay.
What happened was those people were here and they were on income restricted rent, subsidized by the city of Boston.
Okay.
When the owner of the building paid off their mortgage to the city on the property, that's when a lot of artists were asked to leave at that time, and units became much more market rate. So there are still some people in the building that are here, original tenants, but a lot have since moved.
Oh, that's so sad.
The kind of story of Boston is that, you know, gentrification.
Yeah. Well, you know, we can, and it's a thing. It's so funny to me, you guys, and maybe I shouldn't say it, but I'm going to say it. How back they had a vote for the state, and that was the year they made marijuana legal, and the rent control they did not pass.
Mm-hmm.
They said it was one vote from Pat. Do you believe that?
I'm surprised.
Okay.
I know that Mayor Wu now is working again with the idea of rent control, and I want to say it's something along the lines of no rent can be increased more than 8 to 10% each calendar year. But even a 10% increase is a lot for a lot of people. So
yeah, it's sad. You know, I just had my son move to Florida, and he was like, "Mommy, I can't take the rent." You know, he moved from Boston to Lawrence, and just for a little bit cheaper, but it still was taking more space. And it was like, I got to drive all the way to my job, so the rent is a problem here, and this study going up. And I look at my son's not here because the rent is so high, and it's sad. It's sad.
yeah, it's a shame when families have to make those decisions just because it's so costly to live here. So.
And it's a beautiful place to live. I love Boston, I love Massachusetts, but I'm telling you that they're pushing me out the door.
Yeah.
You know, but as long as I'm here, we're gonna keep on be doing the Artz Over Anxiety workshop, okay? All right. And I wanted to ask you, you are artists, a wonderful artist. When I see these pieces of your work, I was amazed. So can you explain a little bit? Can you tell us which piece you did first?
Sure. So the larger one was created a little bit earlier. This is kind of exemplifying a series I'm working on right now. I'm kind of exploring the idea of escaping kind of everyday life and the trauma that our current society really places on individuals.
Yes.
So I am envisioning going into the protective qualities of nature. So I'm doing a lot of work with the themes of caves right now. It's just kind of a natural form that you can kind of go into. I'm working with ideas of like marshlands, because they're very intraversible, they're hard to walk and navigate in. So again, landscape surrounding and protecting. And then the sculptures are kind of coming out of, I'm envisioning them as the earth forms that I find while I'm retreating into nature. So I'm finding more magic than our everyday fast-paced society allows us to see.
Oh
So
my goodness, that is, I got goosebumps, yeah, just telling the story and being to look at it, and I see what you're envisioning. I see your vision. It's just beautiful. You make this, and then you said, hey, let me make a baby one.
yeah. So
Yeah.
my next phase, I want to make very tall floor pieces, very similarly. So things that are kind of similar scale to the body.
That is beautiful. Hey, you guys, tell everybody where they can find you if they're looking for a nice piece of artwork. And, you know, he's a beautiful artist, as you can see. But tell them.
Yeah, so you can find my work online. I'm on Instagram. It's just my name, Eric Rao. And then also I have a website, ericrao.com. And chances are, if you stop by here, you'll run into me and have a nice conversation as well.
Absolutely. It's always a pleasure to talk to you, Eric, okay? With a K. All right. Now, you mean an artist, and ask you a couple of maybe personal questions, but how do you deal with anxiety? Or do you even feel anxiety? I don't want to project that onto you, but I know a lot of us artists, we tune in and kind of calm down with art, you know? But tell me, how do you deal with day-to-day anxiety?
So unfortunately, anxiety has been a huge problem in my life. Ever since I was young. I remember in school, 5th grade, the teacher I had really placed that anxiety in me, and it's been hard to relieve since. Ways I protect myself from it: routine, structure, schedules. Those are all things that, you know, are manifesting the anxiety, but they're things that relieve, you know, the unknown, so those sorts of things. A big thing that I found that has helped tremendously has been acupuncture.
Really?
So I go every other week for treatment.
Try that one time.
Yeah.
And it really?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
You leave your session just feeling like everything's left the body.
Wow.
So it's
You know,
been a
but-
really
and that
powerful
brings
tool.
up, I'm sorry to cut you off, that brings up a powerful question. And I'm gonna ask you, how do you feel about it? Medicine versus like things like acupuncture, things like, you know, salt baths. Yeah, I heard of it, like the salt baths where you get blown and it just, you know, takes out all and it's good for anxieties. I haven't tried it, but I'm looking to try it. Maybe we might go together.
Yeah, I mean, I think trying to find more holistic approaches to target what might be your ailment first before going the medical route, like in terms of prescription drugs. I think that prescription drugs are a great tool for people who require them. I think using them is more of like a final resort as opposed to just the thing you go to immediately.
Absolutely.
I think exercise is a really good way to alleviate a lot of anxiety. So
Really?
just tire yourself out so you can't work.
Concentrate on
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, and one thing about it, Dan actually, you spoke on it briefly, about people embedding anxiety on you. You know, sometimes, and people be careful for that because a lot of times you can be injecting your anxieties onto the next person. And when it's a child, that's just not fair, you know, because kids come into this world, you know, just happy and free. A lot of things are put on them by society. A lot of things start really at school. Mine started in the home, you know. I never seen a fight. I'm raised in Greensboro, Georgia, so at my granny's, it never going on down there. I come back to Boston and my mom. My dad's fighting my mom, so I'm a victim from being raised in a house with domestic violence. Yeah. So from talking about just a little tip of it, where it began, where sometimes we always have to go back and kind of remember where it started, just like you said, in school, teaching, right? I remember at the home with my parents, you know? So just try to be careful, whether you're parents or whether you're a teacher, be easy on the children, be easy on adults. You don't judge people, don't go around telling them, making them feel bad to make you feel good. that's not good, you know, because people with anxiety, we need to be treated with love, patience, and care. Am I correct?
Absolutely, yeah.
All right, I feel the same way. Do you have any family members? Because I have my brother who suffers from bipolar, and you know, I look at him sometimes and I say, you know, I feel sorry, but I have to try to tell him to stay on this medicine or get on the regimen. Like you said, exercising. I'm gonna tell him about the acupuncture.
Yeah.
And maybe we try that. So, do you have anybody else in your family, or is it just you that you know might just? Because me and my brother identify, we talk. Do you have someone in your family that identifies with you with anxiety?
I think people in my family, everyone has their own battles, you know.
Okay.
So it's similar in some ways and different in others. And I don't think that's atypical. I think most families you talk to, their struggles, you know.
Yes, I haven't found one in life that doesn't have
Yeah.
it. You know, as long as the love's there, that's all that matters.
Exactly,
Right?
yeah.
Well, it's been really nice talking to you, Eric. I would love to take a tour around and we can show the people what artwork is up here hanging right now, and you would just explain, and we're gonna cut right here. Okay? And then we'll come back and say bye.
All right, sure.
Okay, so.
Do we want to do the bye first? Well, the cameras are all set up.
You wanna do it first?
Yeah.
I'm so nervous. Okay, all right, I didn't touch anything, right? Make sure the swag is up to 10, okay?
Yeah.
Like yours. Okay, and I just want to say thank you to Eric for having us here at the Piano Craft Gallery. Okay, I just want to say thank you to Eric for coming out today and sharing all his wisdom and how he deals with his anxiety with doing his beautiful artwork. You guys check him out on the website, and if you do want to come down and hang out some art, feel free. Like he said, go to the website, fill out the application, submit the photos, and then they'll take it from there. So I just want to thank you so much for coming out with me today.
Absolutely.
All right, you know, I gotta get a hug. Thank you, thank you.
Absolutely. And I want to thank you as well, because we've been working together for a couple of years now, and the programming that you're doing here is really valuable, and I really see you as one of our tightest community partners right now, so it's always a pleasure having you in the space.
Thank you, my friend. I love you
Absolutely.
forever, okay?
Love you too.
All right, all right, I'm here.